Today we're talking north end of Boston, joined right now by Giancarlo Tiberi of Core Properties. Giancarlo,
Yes.
Thanks for stopping by.
Chris, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Boston market, we've been lucky for a long time, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's a great place to live, great market. Talk about a correction. Where do you see the market going right now?
So I see Boston as a whole as a very strong market, especially if you compare it to New York, San Francisco, and other major metropolitan areas in the world. So globally, not even locally. Boston has biotech, pharma, education, some of the best schools in the world. It also has the best hospitals in the world.
Right.
So the labor pool is educated, that is already here and exists because of these schools. So they don't mind staying here, as they might live here renting an apartment for 4 years. So you've seen the advent of these larger companies open larger offices here because of the labor pool, and it has a natural labor supply of these educated young professionals that want to stay here.
Right.
So, which is great.
You throw on top of that history,
Oh, yeah.
culture, I mean, restaurants, like we're going to talk about the North End
Yep.
in a second, just
Yep.
what that brings to the table.
Right.
And then sprinkle in a few championships and sports
Yeah.
teams. It's not a place you want to leave.
No, it's just a great city with everything around it. I mean, it's burgeoning right now. You drive into the city, there's cranes everywhere. It's been like that for a while. You see what's happened to the seaport. It's really been transformed. You know, that land was sitting there as vacant, just space that they were hauling dirt out of for the big dig. And now it's became this new neighborhood, really, which is just terrific. I mean, it's just world class. You know, in terms of restaurants, the high rises that have been built there. You have the Echelon that's being built, the St. Regis, which is one of the most prestigious in the world. That's actually being built in the old Whiskey Priest spot right in the water there. Anthony's Pier 4 is now great condos and rentals as well. So there's just Boston as a whole, and like you said, just in terms of sports, everybody wants a piece of Boston. You know, I always look at it when you buy a piece of real estate in Boston, whatever it may be, whatever neighborhood, you know, you buy X amount of square feet, you're buying X amount of shares in that neighborhood. In retrospect, in Boston, you know, each year we see that appreciation, so it maintains a great investment.
That's what I love about Boston and the landscape of our real estate is all the different neighborhoods. It's so cool how everything is different.
Right.
Core Properties, your company
Yep.
is based in the north, and you guys go all over.
Yep.
But your heart and kind of where it all came from is
Yep.
the north end.
Yep. My father immigrated to the North End in 1969 from Italy. My grandparents lived there my whole life. I've been running around those streets my whole life. So I own and operate 2 offices, one in the waterfront and one in the actual North End. I've been in business since 2004, so 15 years. So, we've seen a steady appreciation. The North End has always been home to me. My brother's in the restaurant business. He owns a restaurant on Hanover Street in the North End. A lot of my clients are restaurant owners. We have a full leasing division, so we rent a lot of apartments. We service landlords, and we offer condominium sales and investments as well.
Is there opportunity right now to get into real estate in the North End?
Absolutely, absolutely. I think the North End actually offers a great value. So bang for the buck wise for the average consumer, or just anybody looking to buy a piece of property in the city. I still think the North End is affordable. You can get a great value in a 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom. The waterfront, obviously depending on the amenities of each building, might get a little bit more expensive, but like anything, you get what you pay for. And this time of year, if anybody's looking, I feel like you can actually get a great value too, as the actual pool of shoppers just slows a little bit. Is a little smaller, so you can actually get a great value.
Are you still seeing bidding wars out there? I know people are talking about it starting
Yeah.
to slow down a little bit.
So I think it depends on the price point. So if you have anything between the $450 to $650, you're going to get some interest. Depending if it's a bidding war or not, it all reflects on price. Because we are, like anything, we're dealing with an educated consumer. With the advent of all these online tools to help people look into neighborhoods, pricing, and different properties, people have a lot of tools at their disposal, more so than years back. So the internet has really helped educate consumers with comps and work like that. So, but like anything, sometimes units are priced very aggressively to create that kind of real buzz and bidding.
Sure. When it comes down to people talking about potential recession, is the market going to hit a point of a bubble burst, right? For those buyers out there that are maybe a little hesitant, what are your thoughts in regards to right now? Is now a good time to buy?
I still think it's a good time to buy. We might see a little bit of a correction, but the same thing like that happened in 2008, 2009, even though the market kind of corrected a little bit, we still saw the North End as pretty strong, as stable. So I think that's what you want to buy. You want to buy something that's going to maintain its value and stay stable, opposed to maybe some areas outside the city that you might be a little bit more susceptible to price swings up and down. So I think the stability that the North End, or the city for that matter, offers is a good, is a great just perk to have when buying in the city.
Sure, and I think if you're purchasing something for the short term, you're coming in for work and you know you're only going to be here 2 years, let's say, and you have to think about it a little bit more and make sure that what you're buying makes sense. In the same stretch, like we talked about in this city, and it's such a great place to live, and there's so much culture and great business here. If it's a long-term play, now I truly believe is a fantastic time to buy.
Yeah, no, I agree. Rates, I mean, we've been talking about rates. Rates are just fantastic right now. So you look at the average, 30-year fixed, it's been at its lowest levels in years.
Right.
So in terms of affordability, which that's the way a lot of people look at it, they say, how much can I afford in terms of payment? So the price of real estate really is reflective on how much it's going to cost you to own it. So like I said, with the rates now being so low, people can really afford more, which then increases their buying power. Right. So I think that's really been fueling the market and really keeping it strong, So, and I think the rates are going to stay consistent, So that's obviously another great advantage.
Awesome. Thank you, Giancarlo.
Thank you very much.
And if you're in the market to purchase a property or sell in the North End and want to connect with Giancarlo and his team directly, what's the best website to do that?
BostonCPG.com. We're a core property group. We have 2 offices, one in the North End, 44 North Bennett Street, and one on the waterfront, 278 North Street.
If you want to learn more about other neighborhoods just like the North End, click on the links below, and we have more real estate tips just like this right here on Boston.com.